Blue Book: The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Audiobook summary. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is a lively story set in the 1840s along the Mississippi River, in the small fictional town of St. Petersburg, Missouri. It follows the mischievous, adventurous, and imaginative life of Tom Sawyer, a spirited boy always caught between the rules of society and his desire for freedom and excitement. Through Tom's adventures, Mark Twain paints a vivid portrait of childhood, friendship, love, fear, and moral growth. Tom lives with his strict but loving Aunt Polly, his half-brother Sid, and his cousin Mary. From the beginning, Tom is constantly in trouble, skipping school, fighting, lying, and exploring forbidden places. Aunt Polly tries to discipline him while balancing her affection for him, often torn between punishment and forgiveness. Tom's cleverness and charm frequently help him escape responsibility. One of the most famous episodes occurs early in the story. Tom is punished by Aunt Polly and ordered to whitewash the fence on a beautiful Saturday. Determined not to spend his day working, Tom cleverly pretends that painting the fence is a rare privilege. His friends, fooled by his play-acting, beg him for a chance to paint and even pay him with treasures, marbles, toys, apples, for the honor. By the end, the fence is perfectly painted, and Tom hasn't lifted a finger. This scene shows Tom's ingenuity and his knack for manipulating situations to his advantage. Tom's best friend is Huckleberry Finn, the son of the town drunkard, who lives freely outside societal norms. Huck is admired and feared by the local children, and though adults disapprove of him, Tom admires Huck's independence. Together they dream of treasure, freedom, and adventure far away from schoolbooks and chores. Tom also falls in love with a new girl in town, Becky Thatcher, the daughter of Judge Thatcher. Tom tries to impress her with tricks and bravado and soon wins her affection. They become engaged, in childish fashion, but the romance ends abruptly when Becky discovers that Tom had previously been engaged to another girl, Amy Lawrence. This heartbreak troubles Tom deeply, adding emotional depth to the story. Tom and Huck's simple childhood mischief takes a dark turn when they go to the graveyard at night with a dead cat, intending to test a local superstition. Hidden behind gravestones, they witness Injun Joe, Dr. Robinson, and Muff Potter arguing over money and alcohol. The confrontation escalates, and Injun Joe murders the doctor, framing the innocent Muff Potter. Horrified, Tom and Huck swear a blood oath to never reveal what they saw, terrified that Injun Joe might kill them in revenge. The guilt of knowing the truth torments Tom, especially when Muff Potter, kind, simple-minded, and beloved by the town, is imprisoned and put on trial. Tom's conscience grows heavier as the community turns against the wrong man. Despite his fear, Tom ultimately decides to testify in court, bravely revealing the truth and clearing Muff Potter's name. Injun Joe escapes through a window, becoming a fugitive and deepening the tension of the narrative. Shortly after, Tom, Huck, and their friend Joe Harper run away to Jackson's Island to become pirates, escaping scolding, schoolwork, and heartbreak. Their days are filled with swimming, fishing, exploring, and living freely in nature. When the boys realize the town believes them dead, they secretly return to watch their own funeral. Moved by the grief of their families, they decide to reappear dramatically in the middle of the church service, stunning everyone and becoming local heroes. Tom's relationship with Becky rekindles during school. After Becky accidentally tears a page from the teacher's book, she fears punishment. Tom boldly takes the blame for her, earning her admiration and restoring their romance. Meanwhile, Injun Joe continues to haunt the story. Huck, still troubled by him, discovers that the criminal is planning a violent attack on the widow Douglas. Huck bravely warns the authorities, saving her life and becoming an anonymous hero. This marks one of Huck's first significant moral acts in the series. The climax of the novel comes when Tom and Becky, during a school picnic, wander too deeply into McDougal's cave. They become hopelessly lost in the maze of dark tunnels, surviving for days on candle drippings and scarce water. Fear, hunger, and despair take over as they try to find their way out. Tom's leadership and courage grow during these moments. He must protect Becky, who is growing weaker. In one terrifying scene, Tom sees Injun Joe hiding inside the cave, proving the danger is even greater than they imagined. Eventually, Tom discovers a small opening leading to the outside world and rescues Becky. The town celebrates their return. Judge Thatcher orders the cave sealed to prevent future accidents, unaware that Injun Joe is trapped inside. When the townspeople eventually open the cave again, they find that Joe has died, ending his reign of terror. Tom and Huck later return to the cave in search of the treasure that Injun Joe had hidden. After navigating the tunnels carefully, they find a chest full of gold coins, finally fulfilling their dream of discovering riches. The fortune is divided and placed in trust, making both boys wealthy. Huck, however, struggles to adapt to civilized life when the widow Douglas adopts him. His discomfort sets the stage for the next novel, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. In the end, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer is more than a fun adventure story. It is a reflection on childhood, moral growth, the power of imagination, and the struggle between freedom and responsibility. Through Tom's cleverness, bravery, and emotional development, Twain captures the essence of growing up in a world full of danger, innocence, and possibility. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.